budget bill, so it got vetoed. Immediately, the governor uh, called a emergency session for the legislatures. They convened, I think it was 3 hours after getting that message from the governor, emergency session, she called, and they went into session to address the budget veto and an alternate. The governor, what had happened, vetoed it and submitted her own substitute budget bill, which included, and she did a good, pretty lengthy video saying, I submitted a substitute budget and here's what I want. I want the BPT to be put back to 5%, meaning that was one of her wants. And the budget itself, it should be identical, or she said it was identical. The legislature convened and said, the budget didn't quite look like it was identical to what they had originally passed. Then there was, of course, the stipulation that they take back the 4.5%. It was supposedly be reduced from 5% to BPT, business privilege tax, from 5% to 4%. During the discussions on the floor of the legislature, a compromise was reached because there were some people for and against rolling it back to 4%. So they compromised and went with 4.5%. And that in itself, according to the people that crunched the numbers, equates to about $40 million in lost revenues to the government of Guam. The full 1%, if it was to be reduced to 4%, would have been 80 million. So the governor submitted the substitute bill in short and said, "This is what I want. I want that 5%, 4.5 to be put back to 5%, and the budget bill is going to be pretty much identical to what you originally passed." To the 38 Guam legislature. Well, they convened and said, took them about 10 minutes to say, no, the budget bill didn't quite look like it's identical, and there's a lot to digest, so we're going to reconvene. That was last week. We're going to, not reconvene, sorry, we're going to recess until tomorrow, the 10th of September. So the legislature will be reconvening session at, I believe, 9 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, to address the budget bill, the substitute budget bill, as well as entertain a possible override attempt of the governor's veto. It requires 10 senators to override a veto from a sitting governor. The budget bill that was originally passed, that the governor had vetoed, passed by a vote of 11 to 4. So you would think that would be, if it was veto, and it was, veto proof. Not necessarily. The chances are good that it'll be overwritten with 11 votes passing the budget bill originally. But history dictates that some senators can have a change of heart as time goes by. Is that going to be the case? I hope not. I hope, well, personally, for myself, I was a big advocate of reducing the BPT. It didn't go to 4%, it went to 4.5, which was fine with me. Fine. But getting back to the override attempt that might occur very quickly, they're going to have a public hearing on both the budget and the override, I believe. And I believe that's happening Friday, this week, Friday. But the Speaker of the legislature, Frank Bloss Jr., has said on record that he believes that they do have the votes to override, and I hope he's correct. Anyway, got that out of the way, the budget. And I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff. Um, then we got the missile defense system, that 360-degree missile defense system. Um, I just heard on Melvin Wampat's show with Leland Bettis yesterday, and it pretty much mirrors what I had assessed about the whole thing. The missile defense system, number one, is not 100% foolproof that they're going to intercept all missiles should they attack Guam. And as you know and I know, we've been threatened numerous times by North Korea. Then, of course, you got China, who's always rattling their sword, you know. But in a nutshell, the missile defense system is not 100% at all. And with that said, I've been really vocal about the fact that we don't have any bomb shelters whatsoever. You may ask, where do we go during a missile attack since we don't have a bomb shelter? Well, according to the government of Guam, Civil Defense, Homeland Security, your bomb shelter, like mine, is my home. Why? Because a big percentage, huge percentage of our homes now are concrete. So that is our bomb shelter. Is that going to protect you 100%? No, but it will provide some form of protection, better than none. But at the same time, I'm been a big advocate of, with all these military buildup and $5 billion, $5 billion plus, that the Department of Defense has allocated for Guam and the buildup and the missile defense. I said, why don't you take a portion of that and build some bomb shelters? You know, if you're going to argue, well, your home, your concrete home, is your bomb shelter, fine. But that doesn't do anything to the homeless. It doesn't provide any shelter to the homeless, and it doesn't provide any shelter, should we be attacked, to the ones with substandard homes. Are they out there? Sure, they got substandard houses. When I say substandard house, you know, semi-concrete. You know, we got concrete walls, but the roofs are tin, or vice versa. And a missile attack in a substandard home, should a missile strike near your home, is probably not going to be much of a protection, let alone to the homeless. So I've been pushing, and as much as I can, not pushing, but wrong word, advocating that we have to tell the powers that be, Department of Defense, you know, build some bomb shelters. A fully equipped bomb shelter, for those of you listening, includes a whole bunch of stuff. Communication system, power system, ventilation system, rations, whether it be, you know, those ready-to-eat meals, medical supplies, the whole 9 yards. And that's what a real bomb shelter is. And we don't have one. Period. We just don't. So, what do you say? 922-1051, 922-1052. Give me a call. Let me know what you think. I want to hear from you. You know, the people of Guam. You have a say, as opposed to what I hear sometimes. You have no say. We do have a say. And if we speak loud enough, they might just hear us. And again, it was a really good show yesterday with Melvin Wampat and Leland Bettis talking about the whole thing. And they brought up the fact that, no, we don't have any bomb shelters. We don't. which is very alarming in the world we live today. You know, we got wars going on. What, Hamas and Israel. We got the war going on with Ukraine and Russia. Then in our neck of the woods in the Indo-Pacific, we got China, we got North Korea rattling their swords all the time, threatening us. They got the Guam killer from China, missile. Matter of fact, they got a new one, a new Guam bomb missile, which is crazy. You know, your life, our lives, can change in an instant. What we're accustomed to, excuse me, our everyday lives, you know, our air conditioning, you know, going to work every day or what have you, would change in the blink of an eye should we be attacked. The life that you know will no longer exist. Can you imagine? You know, you're going to have to provide for your families, you know, food, nourishment. That's going to be a crazy thing. I can see all the stores being raided. Raided by who? By the people of Guam. Knowing that, here we go, it started. This is no joke now, you know, possibly if we get attacked. It's no joke. So, things would just go berserk. So, have a plan, people. I tell that to every single one of you that listen, and I've said it for years. Have a plan. If the government ain't going to give you a plan, have a plan for your immediate family. Meaning, should anything happen, whether it be an attack, missile attack from one of our adversaries, or a natural disaster, a major mass, you know, have a plan where to meet. That way, you're not panicking. Where's my children? Where's my wife? You know, that's what happened during back in 1941 when the Japanese bombarded Guam. People were taken by surprise. They scattered, headed to the jungles, you know. Some of them didn't meet up with their loved ones for the next 2 or 3 years. So have a plan, okay? Reese, we got a call.
Yes, we do. Oh. Hi, Mr. Senor. If you can kindly just lower down your radio, we're bringing you on now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Hi, half a day.
I'm still here.
Yeah, but your radio's still echoing.
You're on, sir.
Where? No, that's not my radio.
Oh, that's your chicken.
Oh my gosh, it's the Putzitas, right?
Up a day, Joe Tuesday.
Yeah, this is Joe Tuesday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
up a day, man. And you got the whole family there now.
I'm feeding them behind the house. The
Yeah.
neighbors are chicken.
Yeah, I can hear you. You got a whole bunch of them there. You got the mama and all the baby chicks. What's on your mind, Joe?
Nothing much. The same old stuff.
Same old stuff, huh? Well,
Yeah.
you know, I always...
No, I was
go ahead.
listening about.
How about-
missile defense.
Yes, sir.
I don't worry about it.
Well, you know, I don't necessarily worry about it either. We have nothing. We can't stop it. Well, the U.S. is going to try, but we don't even
Yeah.
have the missile defense system built up yet. And
Yeah,
it's going to take.
US got enough weapons to cover the entire world.
Yeah, but you know, Joe, the fact of the matter
Yeah.
is, the missile defense system that they're proposing for Guam, it's going to take about 3 to 5 years to get it built. You know,
Yeah.
if one of those Lulus out there, whether it be Little Rocket Man or China or whoever, Russia, if they decide to attack us next week,
No,
we ain't gonna have no defense.
China.
Well, we will, a little
mentioned
bit.
the Guam killer.
Yes, they have that.
Yeah.
Believe me, they do.
The problem that I worry about is Russia, North Korea, Iran,
Yes.
and the other one. What's the other one?
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty.
Russia, North Korea,
Yeah. I mean,
Iran.
that's right. You know, the
One more.
nuclear. Well, Pakistan has nuclear weapons, and I forgot. There's a few nuclear power countries, but not all of them are capable of firing their missiles all the way to Guam. Our immediate concern is, of course, Russia, China, and North Korea.
Yeah. But, no, this is. I remember the war in Korea. The reason why some people don't understand that China has always been together with North Korea.
Yes.
Remember that General MacArthur requested that, or when let's call that from the president, he was ordered not to proceed the war all the way up to China. That's why they built a DMZ,
Yes, sir.
because during Korean War, China is always together with North Korean. The second wave, they were when China came together with the North Korean, they pushed back down to the south, and then MacArthur wants to bomb China from North Korea all the way up to China.
Mm-hmm.
But the president ordered him not to do that, not to go all the way to China and create a DMZ. So they divide the North and South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
The president ordered General MacArthur to meet him at midway in for conference, because the president wanted to fire General MacArthur, but General MacArthur insists to continue the fight, the war all the way up to China.
Mm-hmm.
So the president summoned him to meet him at midway in for more conference.
That's correct. History, Joe, dictates back then in the Korean War and Vietnam War that, and MacArthur was included in both, that a lot of the decisions on how to conduct a war was done at the White House, and that's where eventually General MacArthur was called back. He was called by the
General MacArthur is in charge of the Indo-Pacific. He was fighting the Japanese over in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he finished in the Philippines, he wanted to continue on to Korea and all the way up to China.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and like I said, history has it's in the history, it's in our history books that the war, the Vietnam and Korean War, a lot of the generals like MacArthur, who were in command of the forces fighting the war, were told to do certain things. The Vietnam War comes into mind immediately. They couldn't bomb certain place in Vietnam, which was crazy. And the commanders there on the ground saying, "You're kidding me. What do you mean I can't bomb that place? That's the place that's supplying all the weapons and the ammunitions. Nope, you can't bomb it." Okay. Anyway, Joe, anything else on your mind? I do have another caller standing by.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. And nice hearing your chickens. Okay. Okay, that's Joe Malik on a Tuesday. Oh, okay, we get another caller, right, Reese? Okay, and is that...
It's Mr. Kaduku. Happy day, sir. You're on the air with us.
Mr. Kaduku.
Can you hear me?
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Cadodoa.
And what does that spell? That's different from what respelled it.
Yeah, I will add that saying a few days.
How you doing there?
I miss you, man. We gotta put you on air more often.
I would hope so. I would love it. I love doing radio. And good to hear
And
you
if you
too.
don't, I'm gonna open up my own radio station, put you 24/7.
That would be nice. Oh,
Yeah, right now with the Middle East, Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister, he's going to they will take him down. And when that happens, Armageddon takes place, man. And it don't have to be a missile no more. It could be a dirty bomb. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, absolutely. You're absolutely right. You know, there's a lot of ways to conduct a war. You don't have to be a nuclear. It can be conventional bombs. It can be dirty bomb. It can be biological. You know, it can be a whole slew of things.
A six-pack of Mr. Brown with high-grade plutonium would take care of this whole island now.
Yes.
Let me tell you, man, it's not good because if you read that book I keep telling Paulie to read, you're going to know what I'm talking about, and it's going to be just two guys with a rocket launcher mounted with a nuclear warhead. That's how it's going to take, and they don't even need to drop it here. They could drop it way out there and everything out here, and this side of the sticks is gone.
Yes.
That's why no one wants to use it. But when Russia became no superpower, when they developed being a lot of their nuclear warheads got lost. I don't know where it went to.
Yeah,
So
I
we got to
mean,
who's got them.
you know, the bottom line is, you know, we just live in a troubled world, and unfortunately for you and me and everyone, innocent people are.
But where are we going to run to? You said run, Forrest, run. Where are we
Well-
running to? We ain't running nowhere.
Well, we live in an island. We can't run far. We are at a
We
disadvantage.
got to run, at least take the women and children and the men over to Kentucky and give them some homestead.
Yeah, well,
We'll stay here and go around the ship together. We've always fought for that flag since
Yeah.
and they
that
still play that game with us out here.
yeah, that would work if our adversaries give us ample time. Say, hey, we're going to bomb you in about a week, so you better go to Kentucky. You know,
Well, they did. They said duct tape your windows home. Duct tape your window. That was Homeland Security. It's like everybody ran to the store and wiped out all the monkey tape and the duct tape and the you name it. They ran out of tape, man.
yes.
And it's like, whoa. I guess maybe they ever seen a simulated one in the one in Nagasaki, Hiroshima. That was an atomic bomb. Nagasaki wiped out one road, Hiroshima, and that's why Japan said, I surrender, and I will never become a superpower again.
Yes, absolutely.
And the lady goes around saying, please, no more, please. Your concrete wall ain't going to save me. It's going to melt to dust, just like you.
Yeah.
And, you know, you and me, we can go down with the shit, man. But what about our kids and our grandkids, man?
That's absolutely right. You know, that's all I care about. I care about my children, my grandchildren, and you know, the people of Guam are in the same mindset. You know, they care about their family. You know, for guys like you and I, we've lived long enough. You know.
And last week on the front page, it said Guam killer. China was marching it around in the parade.
Yes. You know, did you know they had a recent summit, and who was there? Little Rocket Man and China, whatever his name is. Yeah, and they also had Russia, China, and Little Rocket Man. You know.
Rocket Man, and that's why when Trump went across that DMV line, first president that ever did that, he told Rocket Man, he goes, Rocket Man, you better stop flying your missiles, Rocket Man, or else I will show you fire like you've never seen.
Yeah.
Balloon said, mine's bigger.
Yeah. You
And
know,
Trump said, mine's faster.
with the
So he said, stop it. You think I'm going to show you my missile? And when he broke out his black tip missile, they both ran for the hills.
yeah. I'm just
Hey,
wondering.
anyway, I'm just practicing to be a comedian, man. I'm going to stand up with Fluffy.
Brief. You got
Brief. I'm standing up with Fluffy.
Yeah.
People of Guam, ladies and gentlemen, Governor, are you in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen.
That's what they say.
I told you about the are you in the house? Worse than Nella. You got away with that, Holmes. Man, Tony, you didn't even shake that presidential suite. If you would have had me for your doorman, I would have shook it all the way down to the parking lot. But yeah,
Okay.
they walked away from that. And I went after Tony because 5,000, that presidential suite was $10,000 a night. And every time the USS Theodore Roosevelt, remember them?
Yes, sir.
They were quarantined. They were, when they had the COVID, because they walked right into the unseen enemy. But anyway, after 6 dinner, anything goes. And guess who activated that presidential suite? And Tony called in and said, I think I got the COVID, because he didn't come into work. And when they went to check him, they said, you ain't got the COVID here. We locked you out. And that's the truth, man. And they spend a lot of money. And they got paid. They're paid. They're going to pay. And tell them people nice to make sure they got power and food on the door and say, no. Who's there? Someone made a lot of money off that. They have people money. And they walked away from the thing. Come on, man. Are we tending to get those families happy? Some of them are the people that stop feeding us, man. And, a lot of us hurting out here. We need some of that money too, so we don't go up, let's get all people up.
Okay.
And they I'd like to mandate because you don't discriminate. You don't hold no grudges. You just tell it like this. Don't use any bad words. And, I'm sorry, I don't know to sugarcoat it and make it look good and sound nice. You start telling it like it is, right, Dave?
Yes, sir. We do. I do. But I gotta, being the host, I gotta
That's why I like to
refrain from
anyway, I
using
can't help
certain
you. I think the CIA or the FBI stand by my phone right now.
Okay.
I got to talk to that guy. That's
All right,
that's
buddy.
a good thing. You can't tamper me when I'm tampering you.
Okay. Okay, we're at the bottom of the hour, Reese. We gotta take a break,
I'm
right?
waiting for Fluffy to come here because I'm going to go stand in with those boys and then I say, whoa, we
Okay.
got a star in the making.
All right, Mr. Kaduku.
Hey, Dave, you have a nice day.
Okay. All right. And those of you just tuning in, I'm not being sarcastic. That's what he goes by, Mr. Kaduku.
Yes, we want everyone to know, okay? That's literally how he always introduces himself. He asks, who's this? I say, this is Reese. And then we talk a little bit. And I'm like, is this Mr. Kaduku? And he goes, yes, Hungan. That's what he says to me. So if anyone ever says, Reese and Dave are just being crazy on the radio, it's us and Mr. Kaduku. We're all crazy out here.
No, but Ben, he's cool. I like Ben. He's
Love
been calling
him.
me forever.
He's great.
Ever since the old radio station. But, he has a lot to say, and I'll allow him to say it. I only have one criteria, and that is you can't use certain words on radio.
No cussing.
No cussing.
Please.
FCC will slap me on the head.
They're going to slap Dave, and then they're going to charge me.
Yeah. Get the producer.
I know.
she wasn't quick enough to press the beat.
That's right. See that? There we go.
Anyway, we're going to be right back. Take a short break. We are The Wave 105 FM.
Bolt your doors, lock your windows, turn off your lights, and come with me into the Weird Darkness. I'm Darren Marlar, the host of Weird Darkness, every Thursday night from 6 to 8 here on Wave 105.1. Every week on Weird Darkness, you'll hear 2 hours of stories of the paranormal, supernatural, legends, lore, crime, conspiracy, mysterious, macabre, unsolved, and unexplained. Weird Darkness, this Thursday night at 6 on Wave 105.1.
We're excited to announce that we're hiring for a variety of positions with some of Guam's most recognized and respected brands, including Coca-Cola, Foremost, Chili's, Glimpses of Guam, Subway, Good to Go, and Cinnabon. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take the next step in your career, there's something here for everyone. Explore current opportunities and apply today at applynowguam.com. Your next great opportunity is just a click away.
Craving bold flavors and unbeatable value? Introducing Chili's Double Down Feast. Choose from chef-crafted protein pairings like zesty margarita chicken with ancho salmon, or go premium with the classic sirloin and half rack of ribs. All served with loaded mashed potatoes, starting at just $24.99. It's a feast made to satisfy. With more pairings to try, one visit won't be enough. Only at Chili's. More life and great value happen here.
Pat's Tinting and Detailing offers premier services from complete interior cleaning and VIP detailing. And to keep you cool, Pat's also offers factory, ceramic, blacked out, and based-approved auto tinting. For more information, call 647-SLAM.
Hapade Guausi Pali Suba. Don't forget to catch the Brightside every weekday afternoon from 2 to 6 on Wave 105. From big laughs to big issues, if it's happening on island, we're breaking it down with island leaders, business owners, and you. I want to send so much love to our sponsors, Micropack, Local Jerk, GTA, Sherwin-Williams Paint, Chili's, and Subway. Take a break from all of that shade and join the bright side on Wave 105.
Time is running out to join us for the first ever Run for Wishes. It's all going down Saturday, September 13th at the Leo Palace Resort. There's still a chance to register or volunteer and be a part of something truly special. Every step, every smile helps bring hope and makes dreams come true for children in Guam and the CNMI. Don't miss this moment. Make a weekend out of it by booking our Run Weekend Stay Special. Visit Leo Palace's Facebook and Instagram today for more information. And we'll see you at the Run for Wishes at the Leo Palace Resort.
At Wave 105 FM, we're more than just a station. We're your platform, your voice, your conversation. We're talking about what matters most to you today and in our future. And we want you to be part of it. Got something to say? We're listening. Different opinions? Bring them on. Let's talk, let's debate, let's connect, because every voice counts. Call or WhatsApp us at 671-922-1051. And if that line's busy, hit us up at 922-1052. This is Talk Radio for everyone. This is Wave 105 FM, the Talk of Guam.
Ha for Guam. Yep, it's me, the Guam Guy, and you can catch episodes of my podcast, The Guam Guy Show, not only on YouTube and Spotify, but every Friday at 11 a.m. on Wave 105 FM.
The new and improved Chili's 3 for Me deal is here. Starting at $12.99, get a drink, an appetizer, and an entree. You heard right. You can get a Coke, chips and salsa, and an old timer with cheese for only $12.99. Only at Chili's. Great food and value happen here.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show host, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.
Okay, what kind of music is this?
It's called bumper music.
Bumper music?
Just to get us through.
Yeah, I was just about to get up and dance.
Right? It makes you want to dance.
Anyway, welcome back to the show. I'm Dave Duenas, sitting in for Polly Suba, who's, I believe, coming in about 4 o'clock or so. He sat in for Patty this morning, and, we played the musical chairs, and I'm more than happy to do this show. I love doing Polly's show. I really do. Anyway, welcome back to the show, 922-1051-1052. Give us a call. You got something you want to talk about. we can, and I'm willing, I'm able. Yeah, let's do it. I was just asking Reed, what am I going to talk about now? I got word that they wanted me to come in and sit in. I said, yeah. So did I really prep like I normally do? A little bit, not much, especially knowing I only had 2 hours.
But we always appreciate you being available.
Oh yeah.
So thank
I love
you.
it. It's.
So if anyone ever has something to say to Dave Duenas, you talk to me. I'm in the booth. What's up?
What's up? But, we talked briefly. By the way, before I forget, a big boxing match is coming up?
Oh, do you like boxing?
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so a big boxing match is coming
Saturday.
up. Who is it? I probably won't.
Crawford.
Okay.
Terrence Crawford.
Okay.
And Canelo Alvarez.
Is this like a big fight? Like people are looking for it? It must be.
I can tell you're not a boxing person.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I will watch the game. I have no issues with sports like that, really. But
they are at the top of their game, both of them.
I see.
They're both multi-champions. And they're going to fight this Saturday to determine who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time in their weight division.
Period. Have you ever... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, I was just going to ask you, have you ever done boxing? Have you ever tried?
Shadow.
That's just the one where you just yourself, right?
Yeah, No, I never did. I did martial arts.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's great because
as a young man.
I think anything like that, you need discipline, right?
Yes,
I mean,
you
with
do.
boxing too, you need discipline, you need will, and I think do you also need to know like breathing exercises, like proper breathing, so you don't like gas out?
No,
you just breathe.
No, you just breathe, and you build your stamina.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
because
stamina.
when you build your stamina, you won't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
I
It
understand.
comes with the breathing.
I got it.
You go running. Boxers they run. Everybody, the athletes they do whatever to prep themselves for their particular sport, whether it be even tennis players. They have to prep. They have to exercise.
I want to say tennis looks easy, but that's a lot of conditioning. You got to run back and forth.
Well,
that's why they're like,
oh
they're
yeah,
just letting out all their like, I'm tired, but I want to win.
Even in tennis, I follow tennis too. I follow all the sports.
Cool.
And they've had opponents of tennis players that like to grunt and
just get really like, ooh.
Yeah, some of their opponents would complain to the umpires. Hey, can you tell them to stop making noise every time they hit the ball?
Yeah.
But it's an expression,
right? You're letting out that energy as you hit the ball. A sport that I really want to watch and get into, like how people are really big on football. I want to be really big on hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about hockey. I never really watched hockey. I don't have anything.
I've watched it.
Have you watched it like live in
person?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Okay. If you want me to be a little bit honest,
sure.
The reason why I want to watch a hockey game is because I want to see them fight.
I was just about to say.
I want to see them take off their helmets and be like, bah! I know that's pretty violent, but I feel like that's what kind of hockey is like known for that, right? Like they get kind of like rough and tough out there.
At this point, I think it's just part of the game. Hockey.
True.
People expect that. The people that
like
come.
Exactly. Like, see, I never really watched hockey, but I kind of knew there's some kind of, discourse that happens, physical discourse.
Do you know who John McEnroe is?
That sounds so familiar.
He's a tennis player.
Okay. Wait, I'm sorry. The only reason why I think I know him is because of, you ever watch Mr. Deeds?
Yes.
Adam Sandler, he has John McEnroe there.
Yes.
He's like, hey, it's John McEnroe.
Yes.
He's like, yo, what's up? Let's get some drinks.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
I'm probably aging myself, but John McEnroe, he was a top tennis player, multi-Wimbledon champion and all, U.S. Open champion. But when John had a tendency to put up a big scene with the referees.
Oh,
yeah, he'll start.
Oh,
yeah, he was well known. Matter of fact, every now and then, because of YouTube,
yeah,
I'll get bored at home. I'll go to YouTube and type in McEnroe's greatest moments dishing at the ref, and you'll see it.
I
It's
like
still out
that.
there.
And if I can say that makes a little sense because in the Mr. Deeds movie, he's very like, "Argh!" He's like throwing the bottles. He's
Yes,
like,
that's
"Woo!"
exactly what it's all about. Yeah.
Wow.
You heard about that Filipino tennis players making? She's just
No,
making,
she's making noise.
She recently won the first ever Filipino tennis player, female, to win a title.
Wow.
And on social media, she's just going. It's viral. I mean,
see.
her name is Alexa, I believe, and congratulations to her and the Philippines for having an athlete winning a world title in tennis.
That's really amazing.
No,
and
it
she's
is.
the first Filipina.
Yes.
Wow. What an
Yes.
honor,
And
right?
she's
to be able
20
to do
years
that.
old, and it was really something. And I was watching some of her games, and one of the opponents that she had she lost, the opponent lost against Alexa. After the game, filed a complaint with the tennis federation, saying, I think she had a miniature earpiece in her ear getting coached by her. But they threw that out immediately. I call it a sore loser. But,
That is sore loser for real.
yeah.
I mean, when you go as far as something like you don't even know, you know what I mean? Like it's not evident.
Yeah. But, again, for those tuning in, you're listening to me and Reese that shoot the breeze. Shoot the breeze,
Shoot the breeze.
If you want, we can talk about the stuff that's making the news, which is really getting old. It's like, come on, move on. Get the budget passed.
Come on now.
Get the budget passed. Leave the 4.5 alone.
Can we just move on to the next thing now? It seems
Yeah.
like nobody wants this to happen. So let's just know and then move on.
Yeah.
That would be nice, right?
It would be nice. It would.
It would be.
And again, I'm Dave, sitting in for Paulie Suba. He'll be coming in about 4 o'clock or so. And Reese will still be here.
Thanks, Dave. Yes, I will still be here, guys, which I'm happy about. It's really nice, although I do have other obligations now, but coming back here always just reminds me of being back in the old K57 studio.
Yes.
And just starting out, and that's where I met Dave. And by the way, Dave, I always wanted to ask,
Sure.
and I hope this is okay to ask, but how's your daughter?
Oh,
I remember you
she's
bringing her to
now
the studio.
at JFK. Well,
she was tiny.
Exactly.
She was
Now,
a baby and so shy. What is she doing now? Hey, girl, if she's out there.
she is doing a lot. She's a
Wow.
stargazer dancer. She's, she's a very talented young lady. She's
Yes.
now at my alma mater, JFK, which is really kind of freaking me out. I was like, wow.
Dave.
My little girl is now at JFK. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember coming around to the studio when
Yes.
we do the Land, Man, and Sea.
Man, Land, and
Man,
Sea.
Land, and Sea. Yeah.
Environmental talk
Yes.
show.
When we would do that show, I remember you have her sometimes.
Yeah, and that's way back. I did. Yeah, she must have been at that time maybe 4 or 5 years old.
She was really so tiny. Yeah, 4 or 5. I think she was very young.
She sat in on
She did.
many of my shows, Man, Land, and Sea,
Yeah.
Tell It Like It Is,
Yes.
I did all different kinds of shows, and
You did?
especially during the pandemic periods,
Oh, yes.
She was such a frequent visitor to my show. She came with me. That she got to know all the FEMA reps,
Yeah.
the SBA small business
Hey,
reps.
Those are good people to know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? You connected
Yes.
with good people.
Well, during that time, it was very, very important that we get the information out to the people that were filing claims.
Absolutely.
So with that said, I said, okay, FEMA, okay, small business people, could you come on my show every single week? Not every day, but every single week, so we can disseminate information that people need to know. And they did. They came in. But they got to know my daughter so well, so much so that they brought
They brought stuff for her.
They did.
Aww,
they brought
that's
her,
so sweet.
You know, some candy or something to eat. You know, it was like, that is so cool. Anyway, we are definitely at the top of the hour. Once again, I'm Dave Duenas, sitting in for Polly Suba. And we're doing the Brightside thing on the Wave 105 FM. And we are KGUM Dedido, Guam.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. There has been a flurry of legal rulings today involving the Trump administration, the latest over whether states can sue the administration over the firings of federal workers. Matt Piper reports.
In a 2-1 ruling, the appeals court says states do not have the standing to sue the Trump administration's mass termination of probationary employees. It says they only have standing to challenge the process by which the government has engaged in mass firings. In March, 19 states and Washington, D.C. sued federal agencies alleging the terminations were unlawful and never gave 30 to 60 days advance notice. The court also notes the harm was done to people, not states, none of whom are parties in the suit.
The Chief Justice will allow the president to remove Rebecca Slaughter, a member of the Federal Trade Commission. Lower courts had ordered her reinstatement. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
This order by Chief Justice Roberts is a real signal that the court continues to empower President Trump to have full control over his agencies and those who are in them.
CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez reports the Supreme Court cleared the way for federal agents to conduct sweeping immigration operations in Los Angeles.
The High Court, through this ruling, is suspending a lower court order from July that had prohibited federal immigration officials from conducting what advocates called roving immigration arrests that relied on certain factors, such as somebody's race or ethnicity, the fact that they were speaking Spanish or English with an accent.
There was a deadly attack on a bus stop near Jerusalem today, and the Israeli offensive into Gaza City is ramping up, as Linda Gradstein reports.
Speaking at the Air Force Command Center in Tel Aviv, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned the residents of Gaza City to, quote, leave now, hours after Israel said it would ramp up airstrikes on Gaza. He also said that Israeli forces are organizing and preparing for a ground maneuver hours after 2 Palestinian gunmen killed at least 6 people in a terrorist attack in Jerusalem.
Venezuela's deploying 25,000 troops to its coastal states to tackle drug trafficking after the U.S. ordered additional fighter jets to Puerto Rico to carry out operations against drug cartels. CBS's Charlie D'Agata reports it isn't entirely clear yet whether this is an attempt by President Maduro to de-escalate tensions.
He emphasized that the operations were strictly going after drug smugglers, avoiding any of the kind of language or rhetoric that we had seen in reference to the U.S. military presence there.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth made a surprise visit to Puerto Rico today. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. The British band Supertramp says one of its co-founders has died at the age of 81.
It was an early morning yesterday. Rick Davies added keyboards and soulful vocals to Supertramp, a group that hit it big in 1979. Goodbye Stranger was one of several hits on the album Breakfast in America that soared to number one in the U.S., won 2 Grammys, and sold more than 18 million copies. Davies had been treated for multiple myeloma, a type of blood cancer, for more than a decade. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
A woman in Australia charged with murdering her estranged husband's relatives with poisoned mushrooms has been sentenced to life in prison. Erin Patterson is expected to serve most of her time in isolation because officials say she could be harmed by other prisoners who followed the case. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
I'm Larry Magid with the Connect Safely report. If you're setting up a phone for a young child, be aware that both iOS and Android have lots of built-in tools to limit what the child can do with that device. Connect Safely Education Director Carrie Gallagher has thoughts on what types of things parents might let their kids do or not do.
They don't need all of the features at once right away. They don't need necessarily the ability to write email, the ability to get on social media, the ability to watch YouTube, the ability to do research. They might need the ability to text you and text their friends. They might need the ability to learn how to set alarms or set a to-do list for themselves.
More, including steps on how you can set parental controls, and the full Doing Tech Right podcast with Carrie at connectsafely.org/radio. With the Connect Safely report, I'm Larry Magid for CBS News.
Have wages caught up with prices? I'm Mark Hamrick with a Bankrate.com Personal Finance Minute. Even after years of strong pay increases, wages still haven't fully caught up with inflation. According to Bankrate's 2025 Wage to Inflation Index, prices have risen 22.7% since early 2021. Wages are up 21.5%, so that leaves a shortfall of 1.2 percentage points. This is progress compared to the worst of it. The gap peaked at nearly 5 points in 2022. Households are paying more than they're earning back still. Americans are noticing. Bankrate's Consumer Sentiment Survey finds more than half say the economy is on the wrong track. And one likely reason is their pay still hasn't fully recovered from the post-pandemic surge in prices. Is there good news? Perhaps. In industries like retail, healthcare, and hospitality, wages have outpaced inflation. But in areas including education, construction, and manufacturing, paychecks are still falling short. For more, check out Bankrate.com. I'm Mark Hamrick.
Screenshots can pop. This is Soundbites, and I'm Alan Davidson. A screenshot's a screenshot's a screenshot. Maybe, until you discover CrispShare. It gives you ordinary workaday screenshots vim, vigor, and zing. How? With a whole range of distinctive backgrounds, special effects, and customization features. They can really turn your presentation to something people will be talking about for weeks. There's a whole array of dedicated palettes, gradients, shadows, borders, and all kinds of other handy tools that can put your screenshots steps ahead. And it all happens right in your browser. Nothing leaves your computer, and their site stores nothing. Distinctive, professional-looking screenshots in seconds for you, all ready for your meeting decks and your reports. Get the CrispShare Edge at CrispShare.com. With Soundbites, I'm Alan Davidson for CBS News.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show host, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.
All right, Hafa day, everybody, and welcome here to the show. Once again, this is the Brightside here on Wave 105.1 FM. We have our guest host today, Mr. Dave Duenas, who's going to be with us all the way until 4 p.m. So, of course, if you want to give us a call here, 671-922-1051. That also works as our WhatsApp, okay? The 1051, so you can WhatsApp us at that number. But let's say you call and 1051 is busy, no problem. 1052, that's 922-1052. Is our second line. Now, before we get into the bright side, we want to, of course, thank our friends. Thank you so much to Thank you to our amazing friends over there at Sherwin-Williams Paint. Now, the rainy season is here, and you want to protect your home from all the wishy-washiness of the weather. We're perfect. Our friends over there at Sherwin-Williams Paint are taking care of you. So be sure you check them out today. Be prepared. Ask Sherwin-Williams. We also want to thank our friends over there at Sentinel Security Solutions. They're Guam's premier provider of professional security services. They're delivering operational excellence in protective services across commercial, industrial, and residential sectors. We also want to shout out our friends over there at Subway. You got to refresh to be fresh. You can visit them online today at subwaypacific.com. Place your order, pick it up at your convenience, and then you can get it delivered to you. If you don't want to pick it up, it's all powered by Good to Go. We deliver. A big shout out going out to our other friends bringing you the show. Thank you so much going out to our friends over there, Micropack. Don't forget to visit them today. If you are looking to get some new electronic items, perfect. Our friends over there at Micropack are going to take care of you. So be sure you check them out today. We also want to thank our friends over there at Chili's. More life, great food, and great value happens with our friends at Chili's. Thank you to our friends at GTA. We start with you. We also want to give a thanks to our friends at Code School of Guam. Learn, code, and lead the island's first coding boot camp. Your future in tech begins with us at Code School of Guam. And I believe that would be it. A big shout out to all our amazing sponsors here bringing you the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at the bright side.
Tutuni tano gihatini paraiso si Diyos hanapan hutong floresiha ni mabonito si Diyos hanapan hutong negasiha na milagro Doko giza paraiso un flores troncun hadu flores troncun hadu.
And welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, yeah. Testing 1, 2. Are we on? Is that who I think it is?
It sure is on the Flora Baza classic, Puti Tai Nopyo.
Oh my goodness, sounds so good.
Doesn't it?
It really does.
But isn't it a sad song?
I don't care. It sounds good to me.
I love that attitude. I don't care.
No,
not like, I'm sorry. I just meant like, I don't care if it's sad. I love it.
It's just the sound.
The way it's beautiful.
A classic.
It truly is a classic.
It really is, And hi, I'm Dave Duenas. Thank you for tuning in. And luckily, I'm here with a very, very capable professional producer. And I'm talking about you, Reese.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Hello.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah. We are the Wave 105. I'm Dave Duenas sitting in for Polly Suba, who I'm sure is probably making his way over. And you got something you want to talk about, I'm your guy. Give me a call. We'll talk about anything you want. 922-1051-1052 is the number to call, and we can chit-chat pretty much about anything. I started the show talking about the budget. That's going to happen tomorrow, 9 a.m. The legislature will be reconvening because they recessed last week when the governor called them into an emergency session to address her substitute bill. And if you're just tuning in, living under a rock, the governor had vetoed the budget bill. And with that said, she submitted her own substitute bill with some stipulations. One of them being, I want the 4.5% BPT to be brought back up to 5%. And And supposedly the bill was identical to the one that the legislature had originally passed. When they did convene last week on the emergency session the governor called, the speaker at the time, at the time he's still the speaker, Frank Blas Jr. said, the bill, we looked it over and it's not exactly identical. It's some little changes here, and we're not going to, we need time to look it over. It's a multi-page, I think 100-plus pages worth of the bill, and we need time to look it over because it's not quite identical. And so they might do that, discuss that on the floor, or they might decide, we're going to try and override the governor's veto. And they can. All it requires is 10 votes to override a veto from a governor, whoever the governor may be. The bill did pass by a vote of 11-4 originally. So is that enough votes? Definitely. But history tells me that it ain't a guarantee, because sometimes after time has passed, some senators who originally voted for it could in fact change their mind. And in this case, there was 11 votes that passed the original budget. So I really don't give a darn if one of them changed their mind. That leaves 10. What does that mean? That means, Governor, your veto is overridden. Okay, that's how it works. I didn't make it up. But it's yet to be seen. Frank Blas Jr., the Speaker, of the legislature, is on record as saying, I believe we have enough votes to override the governor's veto of the budget bill. And I hope that's the case. I'm being a little biased. I was, continue to be an advocate for the 4.5 rolling back of the 5% BBT. Not everyone agrees. It's just me. My own personal belief is it should be rolled back. It was supposed to be temporary 7.5 years ago or so, or 7+ years ago. It never got rolled back. Never. So 7+ years, current day, it's still 5%. And it was 4.5 for a brief moment until the governor vetoed. And what does it mean, 4.5%? It means the government would collect less revenues to the general fund in the tune of $40 million at the 0.5% rollback. A full rollback of 1% from 5 to 4, would have meant $80 million. And, the people not in favor of the rolling back of the BPT would argue, well, we're going to not have enough money for this or that. Services the government provides would be, in jeopardy. And I say, you ever heard of do more with less? It kind of motivates people. Oh, we don't have enough money now. We got to do more with less. Step up your game, people. That's what would occur. And I'm confident it will. So, do I want the rollback to stay at 4.5? And it was supposed to take effect October the 1st of this year. And then on October the 1st of 2026, it would be rolled back another 0.5%, another 0.5%, making a total of 1 full percent. But we didn't even get to October 1st, and the governor vetoed it. And she's adamant about wanting that 5% back. And, to be honest, I don't blame her. Wouldn't you want more money so you can do whatever you want with it? Sure. That's how it works, people. But, again, I've been a big advocate of rolling it back for a long time, 7 years. And we finally got it passed, and then it got vetoed. The Chamber of Commerce and a bunch of other folks were lobbying big time for the reduction, and they were happy when it was. Now they're being heard and saying, you know, senators, stand your ground. You got to stand your ground. Don't roll it. Don't put it back to 5%. You know, the argument that Chamber of Commerce, for example, were making is you roll back the BPT. It allows the private businesses to have more funding to invest in their business. It could translate to hiring more staff. It could translate to giving them a pay raise. And that's all good things. Then you got your opponents of rolling back the cons saying, no, if you roll back the BPT, the prices at the retail level is not going to change. It's not going to change. We're still going to be paying the high price. Okay. And, you know, there's some truth to that as well. But I'm a firm advocate of giving the money back to the businesses that were paying the 5% that was supposed to be temporary, so that they can reinvest, possibly expand their business, improve their business, hire more staff, give them a pay raise, for goodness sakes. You know, the private sector is the biggest contributor to our tax revenues, our general fund. By far, they are the ones that, through their payroll checks, you know, everyone gets paid, we get deducted tax. So the private sector, not only the businesses pay taxes, business privilege tax, but the employees pay a big chunk of money into the revenue, to the general revenue. So with that said, you know, the private sector I really feel for, you know, and during the public hearings they had with the legislature to reduce the BPT, we had a lot of businesses come in there, business owners come in and say, you know, I'm not able to give a pay raise to my employees. We just can't afford it. I can't invest and build up my company because I just can't afford it. So that was one of the major arguments with the business community lobbying the legislature. And thank goodness it worked. And unfortunately, it's got to work again. What do you mean, Dave? Well, I mean, we got to overwrite the governor's veto. She wants it put back to 5%. She really does. No, I don't agree. What is your take? What is your take on it? I want to hear from you. You know, if you haven't ever called the show, this is an opportunity for you to do so. You can use an anonymous name. If you want to be anonymous, that's fine. But give me a call. I want to hear from you, the people from Guam, the listeners out there to the show. 922-1051-1052. Do you think the legislature should pass the governor's substitute bill, put back the BPT to 5%? Do you think they should do that? Or do you think they should stand their ground? I say, just my opinion, and I'm entitled. I'm entitled to my opinion. Why? Because it's mine. You have one too. You might differ from my opinion, and that's mine too, because I respect every single person's opinion. If yours is different from mine, power to you. I'm not going to dish on you. I'm not going to put you down about it. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. So, I want to hear from you. Give me a call. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about anything I want. Anything I want. And I'm pretty good at that. Speaking of, what do I want to talk about? Reese, are you on the phone?
I sure am. I was just looking up some things.
Oh.
Gosh, what did I come across on my own feed? Well,
Tell me what's your feed.
my feed, my algorithm. I'll be honest with you, Dave. I'm not a TikTok person. Maybe I don't know if your daughter is, but I'm not a TikTok girly. I'm
Mhm.
not really an Instagram Reels person either.
Are you a Facebooker?
I'm a Facebooker.
Ooh, you're a Facebooker.
I love the Facebook videos. And
Mm.
I was telling somebody, I think it's because on Instagram and TikTok, videos are usually only, I don't know, they feel so short. And I always got to swipe. And I'm tired of swiping. I like the Facebook videos because they're long enough where it's like watching a short TV show.
No, very
Like,
true.
On my algorithm, it's Master Chef. It's the best food review guy. What's his name? Him, where he goes to like those exotic places and try the exotic food.
Mhm.
It's a lot of food stuff. It's a lot of food stuff. A lot of food challenges.
Nothing wrong with that.
TV shows. But do you have a video or maybe like a YouTuber or someone that you watch online that you always keep up with?
No,
I see.
I'm very versatile. I check out everything.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and I do have TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm not on there.
addicted to it.
Same.
You know, I check it out every now and then. I
Yeah,
have
right,
a
just
few
to see what's
videos
there.
on there as well.
Yeah.
And things that I feel that I need to put on there. It's a lot of local stuff. And I do have an Instagram, and I do have what do they call it now? X.
Oh, Snap, the Threads, right? Oh, no. X is Twitter, or formerly known
Yes,
as Twitter, right?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't even know they changed their name until another friend of mine said, "No, it's now called X." I said, "Okay." So I tend and I like
Mhm.
keeping up to date with every single thing.
Do you have a certain kind of algorithm? Like, how I was telling you, mine is like a lot of the food stuff. Do you
I
have
think
Go ahead.
I think even the algorithm people probably said this he's just all
He's like,
out there.
I don't know what to give him.
Yeah.
We're giving him the news, but then we're giving him travel, but then
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Cool.
But they do, and it's funny.
Okay.
We're talking about algorithms.
Mhm.
I never really knew about it until I started seeing how it works. You type in something about this, and then all of a sudden, you're getting emails.
So many.
Yes.
Yes, and it's not even typing, Dave.
Uh.
Do you ever notice even when you say things?
Uh-huh.
This one day I was having an ear infection, or my ear was hurting, and I literally said out loud, "Gosh, where am I gonna go? I need to go somewhere to get my medicine for my ear or whatever." You know what my phone did next? Like not even 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I was in my car, and it showed me like the Google Maps popped up and said, "Head to the Kmart pharmacy."
Wow.
I was like, why are you listening to me?
Were you talking on the phone at the time?
No, I wasn't. I was just talking out loud with people. Like there were people around me.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, maybe you might have heard. Like people always talk about how our phones are listening.
Yes.
And that's how you
including TV sets.
Oh, absolutely.
Smart TVs.
And like you said, when you type something in your phone or on the computer and search it
Right.
up, all of a sudden you have these ads. Like,
Mhm.
gosh, it actually came up recently. I was trying to buy something, and then all of a sudden, all these ads came up for it.
Yeah.
And then even on the I found out recently that some of Facebook Marketplace is like fake.
No.
And not that everybody on there is, but I mean, let me explain. So sometimes people will put, I don't know where these people come from, but the profile looks legit and everything, even the item.
Mhm.
But I have heard of people trying to buy items and nobody showed up, or it wasn't a real thing. And it's just weird because I was trying to buy a couch, and all of a sudden I was on Marketplace and I was looking for couches, and I could only find a few. But then the next day, it's like all of a sudden everyone was posting about couches. I'm like, you sure? Punking me right now.
Especially on Facebook. I've noticed very recently a big percentage of the stuff that's on there is all fake news, AI generated, It's
How do you feel about that?
I feel bad because there was a time when it wasn't like that.
Yes.
And I got a lot of my news and information from social media. Now, when I look at it, I take everything with a grain of salt. Now, I said,
Absolutely.
I just saw some today, and I was like, "You're kidding me, man! That is so fake." Or they come up with these wild things. Canelo, remember that boxing match I told you is happening
Yes.
this weekend?
Yes.
They had on Facebook, Canelo Alvarez knocked out by Terrence Crawford. I said, they didn't even fight yet. My goodness.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where it's darn right funny,
If I can just say, I'm slowly trying to accept AI. But if I could be honest, I'm not a fan of AI videos. Like, I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I'm not.
But like, you can tell that it's AI because like, for example, they even done AI videos on TV shows.
Yes.
Like Friends. I've seen a lot of AI videos on that. And you can tell it's AI just because the way they look.
Yes.
And if I can just say one more thing, sorry.
Sure.
I just wanted to say that, I thought about it, Dave. I don't know if you're like a conspiracy person or if you ever. I'm sure you've dabbled into some of it,
Yeah,
but
dabble dibble.
dabble
I like
dibble
that.
dabble. But I have this like little theory. What if they're testing us right now? They're seeing how we react to AI made videos, so that's why it's constantly in our feeds. That's just what I've been thinking. I'm like, what if they're testing to see how far they can go with AI without us noticing?
That's a good analogy. That's a good thing to think of.
Thank you.
I don't mind the video, the AI generated. I don't mind that. I'm a big fan of AI. I think there's a lot of positive to it.
Yes.
And, I use it a lot for a lot of the things that I do. I don't do things like I want President Trump saying I like Dave's show on the radio. I had a friend that do that. I have a good friend. He has a business in South Korea.
Okay.
It's a restaurant.
Yeah.
And lo and behold,
they did that.
I saw he created a video of President Trump saying, "Oh, I like this restaurant in Korea."
No way.
Yeah, and it looks, but like you said, the little subtle
like you
movements,
can,
you can tell. Yeah, you can tell.
You can tell. It even to the point. It kind of one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Su Yang, and she's from Korea. Have you ever heard of mukbangs?
How dare you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you that, mister. No, stop it, Dave. So a mukbang is basically where it's one person and they eat a lot of food in one sitting.
Okay.
Not like the food, they do like challenges, but they just kind of eat at their own pace, but they eat a lot. Anyway, so that's what this girl does. And I was watching I love her so much. I've been watching her for a long time. And just recently, she made a video and it was AI speaking. And I'm like, oh, to hear AI. I want to hear you.
Like
but I understand the convenience. I mean, it worked for her because the AI voice was basically speaking English. It was translating whatever her captions were, which is, very helpful. And I agree with you. Like you said, there's so many things that AI can help us with.
Yes.
But I think it's hard. I feel like I'm at that point in my life, Dave, where when I was young, my parents would always ask me, how do you do this? Can you help me with the internet? Can you connect? Blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm at that age now, but it kind of accelerated where I'm only like 30 something. But like now I feel like I'm going to be that person. Like I'm going to have to ask the younger people like, hey, is this AI? Or can you help me? I actually had to I had to ask someone for help with something. I was like, oh my God, I should know this.
Well,
going on?
It's gotten to the point, Reese, where I was just, matter of fact, asking my daughter, who we were talking about, is now at JFK. I wonder if GDOE allows, I guess it's up to individual teachers in the classroom.
Perhaps, right?
But do they allow students to
use AI in any way?
Or use their smartphone? Yeah. It comes to mind. If they gave me an algebra problem, for example. All I got to do is say, hey, Siri, this is
exactly.
Then you get the answer in seconds,
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well, I still think they keep the rules of, like, obviously during a test, maybe put your phones away, or if you get caught, you're going to the principal's office. I mean, as far as I know, because when I was going to high school, there was definitely technology. Like, cell phones were we already had the iPhones and stuff like that. Nothing like right now, but...
Yeah, well...
It was still kind of the same where they
You're
told
telling
us,
your age, they didn't have no cell phones when I was... Not at all. We didn't even have pagers back then. What did we have?
What did you have?
Number 2 pencil and a paper.
Period.
That's
and
it.
take your notepad everywhere.
That was it.
Wow. Yeah. And then how would you deal with like directions? Because I know, you've been here all your life, or have you lived or been? You've been out there.
I'm a military brat.
See, so how would you have to like, did you have to go to the library and print out
Yeah.
maps, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the ditto machine. Do you know what a ditto machine is?
No. Okay.
The one that goes, you know, and
Wow.
the smell of alcohol, you know. Yeah, we didn't have no Xerox machine. Xerox was
ditto?
high. Yeah, it's called ditto. D-I-T-T-O.
Oh, ditto machine. Oh,
Yeah.
ditto.
Yeah, and you use this, it's a paste, and then it uses alcohol, and you smell the fume of the alcohol. And, yeah, ditto machine. We didn't have no Xerox machine. Just press a button and it comes out. No. No.
That was work.
Yeah, we're talking, again, I'm kind of aging myself
No,
here,
you
but-
know what? This is good to know.
But, you know, it's the times have changed, you know.
It has.
You know, the first cell phones, my good friend of mine,
Okay.
we grew up together. He was a businessman. He had one of the first cell phones in Guam.
Wow.
You know what it was? It looked like the World War II.
Like the phone where
You-
they call, we need help,
Yeah.
or Mayday,
That's how
Mayday."
big it was.
Wow, the brick phones. That's what they call them.
It
Brick
was.
phones.
And you look at where we're at today, you know, your phone literally has more computing power
Mhm.
than they did back on the Apollo going to the moon missions. Your
That's
phone.
so crazy to think about. When you
Yeah.
say it like that,
Yes.
you're just like, whoa.
Yes.
You're right.
No,
it has more
absolute-
computing power than.
Absolutely.
That's crazy to think
You
about.
know,
Yeah.
the technology has just come so far, and I have nothing against technology. Matter of fact, I like it.
Yes.
You know, but it can be used for good, and it can be used for bad. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
are we going to take a break?
We can take a break, sir. Let's do it.
Let's take a break.
All righty. Here we go. Thank you so much. We'll be back here on the bright side with, once again, our guest host for the afternoon, Mr. Dave Duenas. We'll be back.
Lock your windows, turn off your lights, and come with me into the Weird Darkness. I'm Darren Marlar, the host of Weird Darkness, every Thursday night from 6 to 8 here on Wave 105.1. Every week on Weird Darkness, you'll hear 2 hours of stories of the paranormal, supernatural, legends, lore, crime, conspiracy, mysterious, macabre, unsolved, and unexplained. Weird Darkness, this Thursday night at 6 on Wave 105.1.
We're excited to announce that we're hiring for a variety of positions with some of Guam's most recognized and respected brands, including Coca-Cola, Foremost, Chili's, Glimpses of Guam, Subway, Good to Go, and Cinnabon. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take the next step in your career, there's something here for everyone. Explore current opportunities and apply today at applynowguam.com. Your next great opportunity is just a click away.
Craving bold flavors and unbeatable value? Introducing Chili's Double Down Feast. Choose from chef-crafted protein pairings like zesty margarita chicken with ancho salmon, or go premium with the classic sirloin and half rack of ribs. All served with loaded mashed potatoes, starting at just $24.99. It's a feast made to satisfy. With more pairings to try, one visit won't be enough. Only at Chili's. More life and great value happen here.
Pat's Tinting and Detailing offers premier services from complete interior cleaning and VIP detailing. And to keep you cool, Pat's also offers factory, ceramic, blacked out, and base-approved auto tinting. For more information, call 647-SLAM.
Hapade Guausi Pali Suba. Don't forget to catch The Bright Side every weekday afternoon from 2 to 6 on Wave 105. From big laughs to big issues, if it's happening on island, we're breaking it down with island leaders, business owners, and you. I want to send so much love to our sponsors, Micropack, Local Jerk, GTA, Sherwin-Williams Paint, Chili's, and Subway. Take a break from all of that shade and join the bright side on Wave 105.
Time is running out to join us for the first ever Run for Wishes. It's all going down Saturday, September 13th at the Leo Palace Resort. There's still a chance to register or volunteer and be a part of something truly special. Every step, every smile helps bring hope and makes dreams come true for children in Guam and the CNMI. Don't miss this moment. Make a weekend out of it by booking our Run Weekend Stay Special. Visit Leo Palace's Facebook and Instagram today for more information. And we'll see you at the Run for Wishes at the Leo Palace Resort.
At Wave 105 FM, we're more than just a station. We're your platform, your voice, your conversation. We're talking about what matters most to you today and in our future. And we want you to be part of it. Got something to say? We're listening. Different opinions? Bring them on. Let's talk, let's debate, let's connect, because every voice counts. Call or WhatsApp us at 671-922-1051. And if that line's busy, hit us up at 922-1052. This is Talk Radio for everyone. This is Wave 105 FM, the talk of Guam.
Ha de Guam. Yep, it's me, the Guam Guy, and you can catch episodes of my podcast, The Guam Guy Show, not only on YouTube and Spotify, but every Friday at 11 a.m. on Wave 105 FM.
The new and improved Chili's 3 for Me deal is here. Starting at $12.99, get a drink, an appetizer, and an entree. You heard right. You can get a Coke, chips and salsa, and an old timer with cheese for only $12.99. Only at Chili's. Great food and value happen here.
No more home office blues. This is Soundbites, and I'm Alan Davidson. Remote work doesn't mean having to stay stuck in a stuffy apartment. Study Near Me is an app that helps you find those great working spots near you. It's a database of more than 26,000 cafes and other laptop-friendly public spots that offer fast Wi-Fi and charging plugs. And, of course, the stimulating beverages you need to make that workday fly. It's built on Google's listings, but then curates the list so it only highlights places that make sense for remote workers. There's a clear emphasis on work-friendly amenities, comfort, and freedom from unnecessary distractions. Get work done and change your work-from-home routine with Study Near Me. Enter your zip code and see where it takes you at studynearme.com. With Soundbites, I'm Alan Davidson for CBS News.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show hosts, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.
Oh, I like that. Get up.
Get up now. Oh, there
Keep
you
it
go.
going. Keep it going. I love it. Man. We need to put a camera in on you.
You know what? We did have one quite a bit ago, but we made some adjustments here to the producer studio. So, unfortunately, but I think, that's something that we definitely want to have featured in here.
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be fun.
It really will. Anyway, welcome back to the show. I'm Dave Duenas, sitting in for Polly Suba, who sat in for Patty Arroyo. Yeah, it's like a chess match. Anyway, it's always fun doing the show, especially with Reese. I don't know, do you still go with Reese the Beast or just Reese?
I try. I'm okay with Reese the Beast, but here on Wave, I try to go by Reese because like for example on K57, it was a very not that this isn't professional, but there it was very strict.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Really, like boom, things had to be hit, and then it was kind of more of like a serious persona. But I'm okay with Reese the Beast. That's fine.
Oh,
no
just
worries.
wondering.
Thank you for asking.
Just wondering. But you're listening to The Wave. Of course, you know that too, right? And, hey, is it 5 o'clock? Oh, no, not even close. Not even 4. We're heading up to the top of the hour. I'm Dave Duane, sitting in for Paulie, as I mentioned, and he'll be coming in around 4 o'clock or so. And just fun. I love talking. Yeah, talk radio. I didn't always do talk radio. For those of you listening, for those of you that know me, or for those of you who don't, I used to do regular radio music. I worked at, without mentioning them by name, I'll let you fill in the blank. I pretty much worked at every single radio station on Guam, except one. Public radio. Never did public radio, but every other station I have been a radio announcer on. And few years ago, I graduated to talk radio. And I got to give kudos where kudos is deserved, and that goes to none other than Patty Arroyo. I had, at one time, years ago, I said, Patty, talk radio, I think I can do that. And if you ever need a break, let me know. I'll be more than happy. You can take a break, you might have an appointment or have to go on vacation. And I'll be more than happy to sit in for you. And lo and behold, my goodness, perfect timing. I need to take off next week or something. I said, great. And there you have it, folks. You got a little bit of history of Dave Duenas, how we started in talk radio. That's how it all started. And I found out very quickly it was 100% different from doing, your regular radio, playing music type thing. You got to talk. You got to talk. 4-hour show, you got to talk for 4 hours. And that is one of the reasons why on talk radio, in every show, I don't care what it is, they, stateside as well, you got talk shows and all the different affiliate stations in the mainland. Callers, the callers, make up a big part of the show. You drive us where you want to go with the topics. And it could be pretty much anything. And same goes with me. You can talk to me about anything you want. If you want to call me up just to say, hey, can I wish my daughter a birthday? Oh, by all means. It can be literally anything. Again, there's only one rule. You can't use foul language. That's all. Besides that, every topic's fair. And that's cool. I really like it. What is it? 4 o'clock. When I get up, Paulie's coming in about 4. Hey, man, I'm hungry. So I'm going to... Reese, I'm going to have me a late lunch and a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where I'm going?
Does it have seafood?
Yes.
Oh, are you doing a buffet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I like this. This is like a game.
Let me do one more guess. One more guess, Dave.
Sure.
Okay, so seafood, not a buffet.
Okay.
Fast food.
No.
Oh.
It does have a Oriental name.
Oh my gosh.
You get 2 guesses.
Oh, God, okay.
Okay.
Lee Garden.
No.
Okay.
One of my favorite places, by the way.
Ooh, that is one of my favorite places too. Okay, let me do one last guess.
Ding.
Homai.
No. One of my other...
Those are classics, man.
It definitely is.
Go ahead.
I'm going... This one is where I'm going is, in fact, a classic. Sakura.
Ooh, very yum.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very yum. Dave, do you remember the restaurant Kulang in Mangilao? Kulang? I think it's spelled C-U. It's actually right next to the KFC there.
Oh,
that
really?
building. It was
Yeah.
that green building. I remember going there as a kid. Can I ask, with you and your family, do you guys have a certain restaurant or a spot that you guys always go to for celebrations, birthdays, graduations? It's just like that one spot.
No, because myself, my wife, and my daughter, we literally eat out more often than your average family.
So it's always a celebration then.
Yeah, and we
love
eat
that.
out, and, we spread it, I eat everywhere, from the ones you mentioned, to King's, to Denny's, to, one of my favorite places in Agana. But, I live in Didido. Sometimes if I really get the urge, I'll make the drive all the way to Agana just to eat. And I'm talking about Calente.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
yum.
Yes.
Love it there.
But whenever I find myself in the village of Hagatnya, I would definitely 100% be at Calente.
Biba.
No, I really do.
They're really
I'm
yum.
just I'm a connoisseur of food. I love all the different ethnic foods.
Have you been to the Pacific Lighthouse? That place has been there a minute.
No.
Oh man, in the Chamville, in the Chamorro Village.
No, again, because I live in Dededo.
That's
Unless I'm
right.
in Agana, I
then
will.
you'll be there. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. It's one of my favorite places to go. They have a lunch special for their mahi fillets.
Mahi mahi.
So you get 3 fillets.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get, they also serve bachan. Are you familiar with bachan?
Man, you should keep calling me names.
I'm so mean. I'm over here telling everybody, don't blame us. But here I am bullying Dave on the air.
Bachang? Well, bachang to you too, man.
Thank you, sir. So bachan is basically like little side dishes. It's very popular in the Korean, very popular in the Korean restaurants, right? So it's just like sometimes they'll serve bean sprout, they'll serve potato, like just small plates. Anyway, I love that place and I love the guy that runs it. He's so cool. But my favorite is their lunch special there. If you ever in Hagania for lunch or anything like that, please check it out.
Are we making you hungry, people?
I'm making myself hungry, Dave, and I got food here.
I apologize. I have to because
no.
I didn't have lunch,
Dave
so
didn't
I'm
eat?
hungry. No, so as soon as I leave here, I'm going straight. Straight to Sakura.
I would offer you my food, but
No.
my mom said it's rude to offer people your leftovers that you ate. I mean,
I
it depends. I'm
like
okay
your
with
mom.
that. Yeah, no, see, I know. Thank you.
I know how old you are approximately.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a restaurant out to you.
Okay.
And for those of you about my age or so, you'll definitely recall that.
Okay.
It's called Yakitori.
Huh.
You don't know it, huh?
Mm.
It was in East Agana.
Okay.
Really super popular at the time. It's called Yakitori.
And they serve yakitori?
Yeah.
I love
The only thing
yakitori.
similar in Guam now that still serve a similar menu
Mhm.
is the place in
Harmon?
No,
Or
no,
not
no,
Harmon.
Anigua.
Papachuman. Oh,
Anigua.
Anigua.
What is it?
What is
Man,
that?
oh, geez. I
Hold on, I'm trying to think now too with you.
It's the one
Anigua.
near Adelup.
It's
my
not
friend.
Flamingo?
Flamingo. There you go.
Oh.
Yes, that kind of food.
Really?
But yakitori in East Agana, just
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess it depends on the cook and who's.
Yeah.
It was the hottest thing in town, back then. And I found out because they closed decades ago.
Okay.
I thought they closed and that was it for them. Little did I know they moved to the mainland and they have a
restaurant there?
franchise rents. They
Shut
have
the front door.
Yeah, numerous restaurants. all
Good
over.
for them. And they're
Yeah.
from here?
I don't know where
Well,
they're
they've been-
from
well,
originally, but they have one.
They've
in
been here for a
Guam.
long time.
Oh yeah.
And then
Then they moved.
wow, that's actually some good story coverage for somebody.
It is.
I think
Well,
so. You know what I mean? Like, you have your business here in Guahan, then you've been here for a minute, and then you go out and then you start all these franchises. But it
Yes.
started here in Guam. I don't know if it
Absolutely.
did,
Yes.
but that's
well, I
cool.
don't know either. Oh yeah, that
So-
was my favorite restaurant.
Have you ever been to the Hide Yakitori?
Man, there you go again.
Just calling him names. Now I'm calling him Hide.
Hide?
Yeah, Hide Yakitori.
Oh, that one.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Don't-
I have.
That one, yeah.
Yes, I have. But that menu is
A little bit
different from Flamingo and Yakitori. No, because I actually, like I said, I'm a connoisseur of. If I haven't tried a certain restaurant, I'll go and try it. I get criticized often. Man, don't you cook? I said, no, I don't. Well, don't your wife cook? No, she don't. So we eat out every time. And it's all about budget, people, You just know how much you can afford to buy and how much, depending on the menu. And you purchase accordingly. That's all. Okay. We got a caller, and I'm going to entertain him. Hang in there, listeners. You're going to be treated to this guy. Okay, we got to get him on. I'm talking about you, Ben. You got to lower your radio, buddy.
That's me, Dave Cuckoo, a.k.a. Kaduku.
AKA.
I like that name because it fits me.
Are you on speakerphone or something?
something like that, and I was about to go out because I think they're tampering me with the CIA and DEA and the FBI. But yeah, Dave, you know where I used to go at that time?
Abba.
Yakitori 1 and Yakitori 2. East again, there where you walk in that Luhansk little store, and that bird would say, he just pocketed some zigzags, he pocketed some zigzags. Remember that little store?
Yeah.
That bird would snitch on you.
Yakitori was the best. It really was.
Then I go hang out at Continental Lounge, remember, before PIC was built?
That's right. Yeah, that little restaurant in the front.
Yes, and then you had all the rooms down the bottom.
Yes, sir.
That was my hangout. That's why I'm broke, because my girlfriend, like I said, all my money, pal.
That was, again, Ben, we're bringing back people that are listening maybe about same age as us or so. Continental Hotel was the spot, They had,
and that's PIC, right?
Oh, man, they had live bands and the restaurant in the front,
Tell her she's lovely. Remember Tell her Tidy Green?
Yes. Matter of fact, that's it's funny you mentioned that because Senator Tidy Tello, that's where I first met her ever. I think we must have been cheating because I was only 16.
Casual.
Yeah, I mean, and I say cheating because,
Dave, I tell the chicks at GW that I went to JFK and I was doing junior high.
Yeah.
And then when they called up me, they dumped me, you little shrimp.
You remember this club band? Again, we're aging ourselves. Tropicana Hotel.
Tropicana Hotel. That's where
right.
you do the slow dance.
Yeah, that was the one next to the former Daiichi. Tropicana.
And then,
yeah.
And then when my girlfriend found out that I only went to junior high, she dumped me.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
I used to hitchhike all the way down the Camp Watkins Road just to visit my first girlfriend. I think I was the first hitchhiker on this island, Dave. So, Dave, I was one of the first hitchhiker, and then on the way back, I said, drop me off at the Teen Challenge. And I'd eat their coffee and cookies, and they said, did you see the light? I sure saw the light, Dave. Remember them days, Dave?
I remember them.
And they eat you down in 2 months?
I remember the days, Ben, big time. It's one of my better times in life, growing up as a young teenager in Digido. It was really...
And I was a 15-year-old hanging out at the Red nightclub. Oh, my, they dumped me there, too. But yeah, these you're cool, man. And I remember what's his name that used to what's his name? She from Agate. He was with Patty on the K57 show.
From Agate.
Yeah, what's his name? Chuck Bruce.
Oh,
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Yeah, he shake that dance floor while he was announcing the show.
Well, could it be Jeremy? I don't think so, Reese.
Is it maybe Paul?
Yeah, because Jeremy was too young back then.
He'd be doing like he was Michael Jackson. And when K57 first started, it was all like, and Paulie was on the KUAM news wearing his tie and his suit and everything. He's like, boy, I bet you that guy's sweating under all that makeup.
True. That's true. Yeah, Paulie was definitely the news anchor for PNC News.
Yes, Chuck Bruce, the tall, skinny guy.
I think that was Paul.
He was with Patty Arroyo in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Paul, her producer.
Yes.
Yes, and let me tell you, at the time, and then when I started calling in, the whole island started calling in because they shut down East 61. So I had to go to another station just to be heard. And I did not pull that weapon. And he lost that election. But anyway, hey man, I hope they can get this island straight because they've been doing it for too long, playing politics ever since for decades and decades, and they're still. We should be sitting pretty like Air Nauru and Pompey and Yap. You ever seen the building in Yap where they go to?
They're what? Ben, we're almost at the top of the hour, but before I let you go.
Man, anyway, when's Ron Luana coming in?
Ben, listen first, and I got some.
Okay, who's that?
Okay. You know the election's coming up. 2026 elections are coming up, right?
And the only one I heard is Therese Delahi and malfunction. Everybody else can keep running over the field.
Well, you know what I was trying.
By trade, and she's a pretty nice, straight up lady who speaks from her heart, and she's a bad looking cookie.
Yeah, she's pretty very attractive.
I'm gonna make her bite that boonie dog that's there now.
Okay.
Hey, but anyway, man, that's just me. I'm waiting to stand up with Fluffy.
Yeah, you definitely are Kaduku.
I'm going to say, LT, are you in the house?
All right, Ben.
Anyway, man, you guys have a nice day, and I like you guys, and I love you. And
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Ben. And again, we are at the top of the hour. Have you seen Polly walking around somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, don't worry, Dave.
I was just about to say, okay.
Dave's like, please, I need to get my lunch.
That's right.
He needs to eat.
I am definitely going to eat. As soon as I get in my car, I'm heading straight there. I already know what I want to order. And for those of you for tuning in and have tuned in, thank you very much for tuning in to Reese and I. We just had a blast. And you are listening to The Wave, 105 FM, The Talk. What's the slogan?
Talk of Guam.
Oh, there you go. The Wave 105, The Talk of Guam. We are KGUM, Dedido, Guam.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Stacey Lynn in Washington, where the Trump administration has been handed a victory